Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 3.0. In the previous episode we have built this contraption here in order to produce liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. So far I'm happy with the results. You pointed out a few mistakes that I made, obviously. However, today I fancied working towards the end goals a little bit, which we can see here in the printing pod. Home sweet home, survive for 200 cycles, we barely did that. Maintain 60 morale, should be easy, we just need to print one more duplicate and then build a great monument. Now, I'm not sure, what happens if I win the game? What happens if I do all of this? I mean, is this an individual winning condition or do I have to complete all three objectives? To be quite honest with you, I've never actually completed one of these goals, because that's not usually what I go for. Well, the Great Escape we already prepared. We have established several colonies, we just need to rebuild the mini pods over there. We are ready to open up the temporal tear opener, and we will be ready to breach it with a rocket. But as far as I understood, you actually lose all duplicates that you send through the breach. And then the last thing that is left to do is to study the artifacts. Now, we need to send over some more artifacts from other planetoids. Let me have a look at Ugola. Where is it? Like right here, for instance, we have two terrestrial artifacts. I wonder, do we have something on Crudial? Now, it could be here on Crudial that we have some artifact laying around. It doesn't look like it, though. Can we actually put artifacts into a conveyor loader? Never tried that either. Miscellaneous? No. Actually, we can test it out with this Rubik's Cube. If I sweep it up, then no storage is available. If I turn this to all, then still no storage is available. How do I even get this over? Do I really have to analyze this on the planetoid where it is on? On Vivani we have the artifact analysis station. Is this really the only possibility to bring the artifact somewhere? Let's maybe check this out by placing an artifact station here at the bottom. This shouldn't be too hot. It's only 34 degrees here. Wow. Ellie's on this planetoid and she's probably gonna require a skill for that. Local colony lacks the aesthetic design. Okay, that should be fairly easy considering we have plenty of morale for Ellie. So all we have to do is have a look at art fundamentals and aesthetic design. So now she's going to be capable of researching these artifacts and we don't even have to transport them over. If there is a possibility to transport them from one planetoid to the other, then let me know. That would be interesting. Okay, now what is happening? Are you doing something? Yeah, she's bringing the Rubik's Cube and she's analyzing it. Okay, so that is going to bring us closer towards this goal of getting 10 terrestrial artifacts analyzed. And then all we have to do is pick up some artifacts from these clusters here. They should all contain an artifact, so theoretically we can pick up 4 just like that. I think I might go ahead and use this Ratbolt rocket here in order to do so. We still have plenty of space to add those 4 modules. So I want to see artifact transport modules. Let's build them out of iron and add as many as we can. That would be, well, let's just do 4 because we're not going to collect more in one mission, or are we? Yeah, we could actually pick up this one here as well, a 5th one, because with 20 tiles reach we can get those easily. Gusman is already taking care of the job. Okay, we will have to get one more duplicate in the joint. I don't think they're going to be particularly useful in the beginning. So what we're going to do is put them on a training wheel here. They should just be using that. And I think, yeah, we have to enclose it so no other duplicate is actually using it. So if we just set up a little something like that, that should already be enough. Hold on, if I remember correctly, we actually have to hook this up to a light. I believe just hooking it up here to the other cables would not help me because whenever the batteries are full, the duplicate cease their work. So now it's hooked up directly to a light and that will result in an infinite loop of using the manual generator. Wonderful. Looks like the artifact modules have been built. It is Gosman. I'm happy with that. Let's change the destination and we're going to fly towards this first ore field. Actually, from the path that I'm taking, I think I'm first going to go here and then turn around there. Yeah. Begin that launch sequence. This should be an easy mission and we pick up 5 artifacts. That's going to bring us very close to the target. Oh, wonderful. There goes the rocket. Let's make sure everything is all right here. It's not grounded anymore, is it? No, I haven't automated this one just yet. It is grounded, but since this is a exploration mission, it doesn't matter. It would only matter if we actually landed on another planetoid. Wonderful, we're gonna reach that in about 2 cycles. What else do we have to do? We analyzed the first artifact here on Ugola. Looks like we're now doing the second artifact. I want to actually know, did that count? Where's my printing part? We now analyzed 3 out of 10 terrestrial artifacts. Okay, that's gonna work out easily. You know, I wonder, is this really coincidence that this artifact is right here at the automatic dispenser? It says storage unavailable, but this is so suspicious. Oh, the most important part here is we have to go back and actually start building the tiles in order to prepare for the meteor shower and so that we can finally open up the tear thingamabob. In order to do that, I need to wrap up here on Ugola. I want to make sure that we can grab all the items. And oh, I totally forgot about Glowani. We should maybe potentially have some artifacts here as well. Come on, terrestrial artifacts, where the heck are you? Is there really no way for me to locate these artifacts? This is so confusing. Let me try to build another contraption here. What if we just set this up right here and then I should be able to see if there's a delivery pending. There is the analysis station and we have no pending deliveries. Okay, I guess that means no artifacts on this planetoid. In this case here with Ellie, I want to get myself prepared to build all the auto sweepers and everything that's necessary to get all the items off this planetoid. And I think in this area here, I'm actually going to do some sweeping myself. So I'm going to have an automatic dispenser here that I'm going to make use of. And we probably have another auto sweeper handy to bring those to the conveyor loader. So all of that should be brought over, and preferably, to be honest with you, I would like the items to be delivered to an automatic dispenser rather than the conveyor loader, because that is of course gonna go much quicker. So now that is something Ellie can work on. She should actually have the necessary skills. I believe she got the mechatronics engineering skill, and looks like I have to, yeah, let's undo allow manual use for now. We want to see her working towards setting up this infrastructure. This is really annoying here that the game doesn't recognize that Ellie is capable of building all that stuff just because I blueprinted it while she wasn't on the planetoid, or technically while she was in the spaceship. Okay, looks like it's time to take on our next duplicant. Rocketry would actually be great, thinking about it. Quick learner as well, but gourmet and shabby dresser is a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think I'm gonna go with Lindsay. Suit wearing is absolutely awesome, so I don't have to train her up for quite as long. Caregiver, sure, we have nobody responsible really for the medicine. I think I'm gonna go with her. She's good enough to become our 12th duplicant and therefore the fulfillment of one goal. Now, since Lindsay arrived, I think we should put her to duty. Meep at the moment is taking over, and that is not good. I only want Lindsay to have access to this room. So the default is gonna be that people can only exit, but they cannot enter. However, Lindsay will be able to do both. And then we put the manual generator to priority 9, we send Meep out of the room, and this should be settled. Lindsay should tag along and take care of that. While we're at it, maybe let's pick up some of the stuff we have here. Lindsay, what? I don't believe her, but that reminds me, I need to put her into a schedule. So for now, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that schedule here. No, actually that is a bad idea. She's gonna join the schedule of Bert and Camille. She's gonna have an unusually long downtime for a duplicant that just started, but what the heck, I don't even need her. I'm just taking her in order to get this condition done here. Now, in order for all duplicants to have a morale of 16 and higher, let me actually see who isn't fulfilling that at the moment. Right now, it only seems to be Lindsay because she just started, and Ellie is a little bit close here. Maybe we need to have her above the 16 morale. I almost forgot my rocket here. We arrived at the artifact, so we picked it up, collected, and that means we're gonna change the destination to over here. It's gonna take a while to fly there with all the modules, but it's gonna be worth it, I think. To be on the safe side here on Crew Deal, I also want to place the artifact analysis station just to see no pending deliveries. Good. Well, it's not that good in my opinion, because that means we have to search for even more artifacts. Yeah, this is gonna go fairly quick like this, and it also means we can clean it up right away. Wow, this is gonna take 5.2 cycles, which is horrible considering I totally forgot to fill up my pipes here, and Gosman now basically has to make a mess every night at the exact same time. But if you ask me, they already lived much longer than they were supposed to, so they should be grateful for whatever life they're getting right now. Looks like everything here also settled down a little bit, which is bad because now this resin isn't being converted anymore. We are below the 125 degrees that is required. Well, I did not think that would actually be an issue. Let me see. We have no thermosensor in here. Yeah, we should only turn on the steam turbine when it is necessary. Like right now, it shouldn't be running so that we can actually get the necessary temperatures. Yeah, I think for now we just have to do it manually by unhooking the steam turbine, but this is something we'll have to address when we fix some other issues. I now also pumped my first liquid oxygen, which is now going into the storage tank. And wait, there's nothing in there. Wait, did it continue? Oh yeah, this is really bad. It actually continued into the pipes. Okay, well that will probably introduce a whole bunch more problems. Oh wait, I actually did something horrible. I totally forgot to go for the oil. I even took a note for that. Yeah, we're not producing much energy with this anymore. So we'll have to send this rocket immediately to Crudial in order to pick up some oil. Looks like we still have a little bit of water, so the 12.5 tons I have left in here should suffice. The crew is currently at Turner, that is good. We're gonna change the destination, fly over to Crudial as quickly as possible, pick up some oil and then come back in order to fuel our petroleum generators. Totally forgot about that. Maybe it would be a good idea to set up a bunch of extra solar panels to help out. Not that they contribute very much, but everything will help right now. Turner is idle at the moment. Can you not reach the rocket? You should be able to do that. It's because of the power issues, of course. Yeah, we'll have to go for an emergency protocol, which means we pump out the petroleum we have in the reserve here. Now that should allow us to get everything back online and then hopefully collect some more oil. Begin that launch sequence. We need it quick. Very quick, please. How are we doing on Ugola? Looks like, yeah, a lot of the stuff has been picked up. We can keep on deconstructing the auto sweepers again and then bring the rest towards the center of the planetoid. Now this guy here is sweep only. I think we can remove that in order to get more materials back home. There we go, we actually get the 16 morale bonus, so I do not have to take care of that. But we might want to look into building a great monument, which I believe would be under furniture. I've never built one of these either. And the reason for that is apparently we need 7.5 tons of steel. What is holding up my steel production right now? Looks like we are missing the lime, and I don't think we actually set... Yeah, we did set up the fossil to lime. So we have 0 fossils on this planetoid. If we check over on Crudial, we have 11.2 tons of fossils, so that is something we should send over, and we're gonna do that as soon as the rocket lands. I'm actually gonna bring that into the rocket in order to bring home, and that is gonna allow us to build a lot more steel in the future. Alrighty, we have arrived on Crudial here. I'm now loading up the oil, and as mentioned, I would like to bring the fossils with me, so I'm gonna give myself quick access to the Spacefarer module. And this should then be filling up fairly quickly. Already 2 tons of oil available. Nice. How are we doing in space? Let's see. This is still gonna take 1.8 cycles. And let me tell you, those cycles are much longer. It feels like I'm almost playing at normal speed at the moment. And the lag, contrary to my other series, is horrible right now. This is also why I decided to now more eagerly work towards the end goals of the series, because it is not very pleasant right now with where this is going lag-wise. This is also something I would like to prevent from happening in the One Duplicant Challenge series by keeping everything tight, clean and nifty. Now let's have a look inside of the module here, and what I would like to see is a storage bin. Let's set up another one. I cannot even do that. What is this rocket design even? And why do we have a high pressure gas vent in here? Oh gosh, this rocket is so stupid. Let me deconstruct this bed. We're gonna replace it with a normal bed and a storage bin. Now looks like Turner managed to get himself trapped and Liam is taking over for him. Okay. Give me a normal bed and a storage bin. One should do, but maybe let's just set up 2. We're back with Gossman's daily messes. There's my storage bin. I forgot what this was. Consumable ore, maybe. Lime. Yeah, we want to bring the lime, but more importantly, the fossils. Is that within raw materials? Yes. Current errand. So we should fill this with at least 12 tons of fossils, and that is going to help us to eventually build the statue. Now let me think. Is there another material we would like to bring over from this planetoid? I guess we could deliver 1 load of cobalt as well. I think that's a good idea. Cobalt ore should be delivered here as well. We're now extremely eagerly delivering the items here from Ugola. I have like dozens of payloads being delivered at the same time. You can see like 4 here, there's another 3 there, there's like 12 there. It's just insane. And we just arrived at the next location. We collected that artifact, and that means we can move on to the next one. I always want to click abandon ship, but that's not what we should do. We should just collect the artifacts and be done with it. So yeah, this kind of turned out as predicted. We cannot just send over the oxygen. Well, we do have a lot of oxygen in this liquid reservoir, but essentially we need to replace these guys here with insulation material. And then of course all the pipes after the reservoir also need to be insulation. I believe everything that was inside of the pipes actually evaporated, which is why we currently have these problems here. So for now what I'm gonna do is make sure they cannot actually exit by cutting the pipes just like that. And now everything inside of the liquid reservoirs should be safe. I don't think this is gonna change the temperature. So we might not even have to make these insulation materials, but the pipes after the reservoir, they need to be insulation. We're now back to 170 degrees here. This is good. I need to make sure that we cannot go above the 200 degrees, otherwise the isoresin here is actually gonna melt. But we should be fine. Like all I have to do is re-enable the steam turbine. But yeah, we might have to add some temperature regulation so the steam turbine shuts down whenever the steam room is not hot enough. Alrighty, I think it's about time to recall our rockets. This thing... Oh, actually it just arrives at the next asteroid field now. And we collected that one as well. And if we check the rocket, we have all of the artifacts, including a liquid cargo tank that isn't even on this rocket. It is so weird. This is actually the liquid cargo tank from the rocket on Crew Deal. Either way, we now want to make our way back to the main planetoid with this rocket. And then if we check on Crew Deal, how much did we collect here in the second tank? 7.8 tons so far. Let me quickly check my reserves. Oh, we completely used it up. So it's time to actually go ahead and launch this rocket, even though we're not completely full. But I mean, we can just make a second trip afterwards. Let's acknowledge the warning and begin that launch sequence. Yes, we need to bring those materials back ASAP. Same thing on Ugola. I think I'm more or less done here. We can now just wait for these items to be transported to the main planetoid and everything should run on its own. We even still have 1.5 million kilocalories here for the tree to slurp up. So let's change the destination here as well. We're gonna make our way back to the main planetoid to refuel, and then we need to go over to Coldito in order to do the temporal tear thing. So we're bringing back all of our rockets right now. Begin that launch sequence. Where is Ellie even? Is she on board? Actually, she needs to have the piloting skill. That's something I totally forgot to give her. Now she should be able to launch the rocket. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And this thing, how is this morph surviving this? Body temperature... Ah, okay. Never mind. And oh no, I totally forgot to set up the insulated layer here. I'm such an idiot. Wait. Am I gonna pay for this? Oh, no. Okay, at least everything is still in place and this is gonna be cooled down again. Now I'm already filling up the second liquid reservoir here with the oxygen, so I think what we have to do is set up a bypass. Actually, this is not convenient. I have to do this when I get in there anyways to fix everything. So what I'm gonna do instead is set this to 2000 kilograms, and that is gonna prevent more liquid from being pumped. And as soon as I reached enough liquid, it's gonna be shut off. I'm now pumping out the rest of my petroleum reserves, which should just last until the rocket arrives and we converted some more for ourselves. We should have our first rocket arriving momentarily, and I believe it is Ellie. And there it is. Yes, indeed, it is Ellie's rocket, so we can start to fuel it up immediately. Okay, that was a little bit of an early shot, apparently, so the first shot just went by. But Ellie's now coming back to the main planetoid. I'm gonna leave her here until the rocket is reloaded, and then we're gonna make our way over to Coldito. I now need to craft a little bit more steel, so I'm gonna put 10 tons in reserve instead of the 3. So I'm gonna put 10 tons in reserve instead of 3, and we should be able to craft that as soon as the fossils arrive from Crew Deal. Which... oh, I think I just missed it. Yeah, there we go. Fossils are incoming. How wonderful is that? And right here, I don't think I need any more water. We just need to unload the oil. That is the most important part. Yeah, we still have a little bit of water here. I guess what we could do is just fill one of these up with water so we don't overfill at Crew Deal. But now my oil is traveling back down and the rocket is being refueled. A little mess here and there, that's the spirit. Oil is now finally landing at the contraption. We should be able to pick up on pace very quickly. There it is, and we can even start to convert it at a very decent pace. Okay, nice. I think that was a successful rescue mission, though right now it doesn't look very prosper. Thankfully, this design doesn't require any additional power, and we can just keep on converting and pumping things up. Yeah, okay, we're finally back amongst the living. All my systems back online with enough power, thankfully. But yeah, as soon as we used up the oil, we're gonna send this rocket on another mission. Oh, and it looks like Ellie's rocket is already fueled up again, so let's go ahead and change the destination for her. You go all the way over to Dito, and actually, do I have to do that right now? Maybe we could go ahead and pick up some steel, because that's what we need. Yeah, we should totally do that. Pick up some manufactured materials, steel. Let's do that in here, and I even have another one. So we bring 10 tons of steel over. That should already be a good start. However, that means I want to cancel the launch for this one for just a couple of cycles until we actually produce the steel. And if we have a look into here, it's actually time to unload these materials. We want to sweep them up and make sure the rock crusher gets some priority. Are you gonna get some love? No pending deliveries. What are you talking about? We have lots and lots of fossils. Just bring that along. No, actually Ellie is doing it. So I don't even know what's going on. I guess some people are restricted because of the priorities. But there it is. Ellie is also taking care of it. Nice. And Kimmel is actually hurt a little bit. So maybe you should go to bed. Now we're just waiting for Gossman's rocket to arrive, which is right now. And look at that. All those nice artifacts. We're gonna go ahead and remove them all. There we go. And the rocket can be loaded up. Gossman in the meantime is sneakily cleaning up his pee. Yeah, we don't have to talk about this. So my error basically was to not go from this point, but go from the input, which was silly. As mentioned, let's just not talk about it. But here we go. Analyzing those artifacts in the analysis station is going to bring us that much closer to our goals of fulfilling these tasks. And with that out of the way, we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.